Welcome to the Clover Gardens board meeting, March 10th. I will call this meeting to order at 6:34 p.m. Roll admission, please.
Role of the board. We are entrusted to care for the current school and stay focused on the vision for the future school. No trust, no unity, no progress. Mission of Clover Garden School. Clover Garden School foster community, generate enthusiasm, challenge students academically, and produce successful citizens.
Thank you. So everyone has their agenda in their board folder. So is there any changes to the agenda tonight? No changes. Who would like to make a motion to move forward with the agenda? Ms. Morrow, second. Ms. Roney, all in favor? All right, agenda has been approved for tonight. Next up is our minutes, our February 10th minutes. Does anybody have any comments or any changes necessary for the minutes for February? Hearing none, who would like to make a motion to approve the minutes? Ms. Merle, second. Mr. Young, all in favor? Been approved. February minutes have been approved. Do we have any public comment tonight?
No, sir.
Special guests?
We do, but they will be for this.
Okay. Very nice. So moving on to finances, I believe everybody has the February 2026 budget in their board folder. Mrs. Simmons, you have any commentary on the budget? Anybody? Yeah, does anybody have any questions on the budget? No questions? All right. So who would like to make a motion to approve February's budget? Young, second, Ms. Merle, all in favor? All right, all in favor. It's been approved. February budget has been approved. Academics, principal's report. Who is going first?
Hi, welcome. So I'm starting things off tonight. We do have some special guests, and so I'm not going to delay too much, but I did want to give you a little background. So Clover Cafe, you guys got to sample some of the wonderful products that they make for us quite frequently throughout the week. It is headed up by Ms. Carla Camp. She is one of our special education teachers and one of our leads in the department. And these are some of our fantastic students. We run the Clover Cafe, make coffees and the snacks. It's amazing to see what they do. So I'm gonna let them talk to you a little bit about what they do.
That's what I was gonna say. These wonderful students, I'm very proud of them. This is part of the graduation. So they have to have 225 hours, and so this helps them get that. So I'm gonna turn it over to here, and they're gonna tell you a little bit about what they do personally in the coffee shop.
My name is David. I take orders and keep track of the inventory.
My name is Hakeem. I make iced and hot coffee. There's 15 different flavors like vanilla, salted caramel, and hazelnut, and we got others. We can do whipped cream or toppings like chocolate drizzle or sprinkles on coffee muffs. We have.
My name is Ian. Make hot chocolate and tea. Hot chocolate, we got Hershey's, Reese's, peppermint. And for tea, you got lemon ginger and shot. And shot. And if you want a honey steak, you just could ask.
My name is Braden. I clean out the equipment with mop floors and make sure everything's up plugged.
My name is Cindy. I'm stock all the supplies. We have a few friends that are not here tonight. They're under the weather, but yeah. I've been able to keep the coffee shop running with the money that we get from that. And the refrigerator that you saw down there was just a recent purchase where we don't have to run up here anymore to get our supplies. That's been very nice. They've been very successful. I'm very proud of them. So thank you guys for having us, and I hope you enjoyed your coffee tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of the work that they do. So I just like, I mean, when I get to have them here and
That's
it's
awesome.
just amazing
Yeah.
to get to be a part of that. So jumping back into our principal's report, just a little bit about our assessment and data. Our juniors had their ACT in February, waiting on those results, and then we did makeups today. Our MTSS meeting will be the 27th of this month as the teachers are continuing to progress monitor and collect data. Then it is full-fledged advising season. So Ms. Walter has been tackling our 8th grade advising. At the high school, we have met with all the eligible students for Career and College Promise, completed their applications, and then they are actually meeting this week with Mr. O, the ACC advisor. He's on our campus and meeting in person with them to set them up for next school year with the ACC classes.
Athletics. We had 4 all-conference selections for basketball, 2 girls and 2 boys. And our women's coach was also named Coach of the Year. That's amazing. Spring sports are in full swing. And we are up to 10 plus golfers this year for middle school golf, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And we fielded 10 teams for the spring. So it's very, very busy. Construction has officially started in the back here, you can see, on the batting cage. Our inspection was last Friday, it was cleared, so weather pending, the structure will be up by Friday.
And so on to student life. So in February, we were able to have the high school curriculum night. It was a success. Quite a few parents and students came out to learn more about curriculum and expectations. Also, our 8th graders, which are our rising 9th graders for next year, they had a student-led tour opportunity. Not too long ago, they came up to see the facility and also just get up close and personal experience as to what to expect when they arrive as freshmen next year here on vacation. Those are these lovely people that I'm sitting with. Also, K-8 celebrated Read Across America Week just last week with quite a few activities and things around. Just the love and appreciation for reading. Ms. Red was able to invite a few community members to come and read to students. Several of us are able to participate in that as well. So it's always cool to see kids excited about the enjoyment of reading. This Friday, the 13th, our ALA group, they will travel to the Alamance Country Club, and they're going to learn about etiquette, job interview skills, as well as how to utilize social media in an appropriate way, among other things. But that'll be an opportunity they'll have, and they'll sit along with principals, business, and community leaders, as well as some of our local politicians. So we're looking forward to hearing more about that experience coming this Friday. And then our middle school and high school and teams, they competed today. And yes, and high school placed first, fifth and sixth, and middle school placed 3rd and 5th. So they will advance. So that's exciting news, and that's hot off the press. So we're definitely excited about some of the activities and events happening in the lives of our students.
And on to health and safety. On both of our campuses recently successfully completed and participated in a statewide tornado drill on the 4th, and we will complete our spring lockdown drill later this month on the 26th. And the calendar event is down below that for your perusal.
Yes, slam packed. Full events. Anybody got any comments, questions? Thank you for y'all's report. Next is read to achieve and summer learning plan.
So summer is right around the corner. We are in March and we'll be here before we know it. So this is just kind of we have to submit a plan if we're going to do a summer learning plan to the state by April. So this looks very similar to the plan that we have done last year. So basically any opportunity that we have to retest, we're going to. So, those are one of the things that, years past, sometimes we're like, oh, the kids have done it once. We don't want to make them do it again. But every little bit matters. So if you take a look at this plan, this is all, of course, pending funding because the RTA camp is already funded. We get those funds coming in from the state. The summer learning program part for the 4th through the 8th grade students, that kind of depends on school to kind of fund those. So that's the only part that will be pending on this program. But it's very similar to what was offered last year. So we did this at our K-8 campus last year.
It started, truly remediation started as soon as they were done with EOGs. So that last week of school, they were remediating and then they were retesting in certain grade levels. And then we started our summer camp, maybe the week after or the week of Memorial Day. So this time we're starting right at the last day of school. The next day, summer school starts. So this is our summer learning plan. Miss Weed is working very heavily with this over at our K-8 campus. She's one of our MTSS AIG/TAG interventionists. So she's kind of helping run and organize this program. So basically the state requires that you do at least 72 hours of remediation. And the RTA camp is for ELA only. That's why we kind of want to do what we did last year when we do that one, but we also add in math as well. And so that's the other piece to this. So this is in your board folder. That just kind of gives you the overview of kind of what we're looking at. Timeline of our summer learning program would start again like May 22nd, and it would end by June 5th. So kids would still have a summer. Staff that would be working it would still have a summer before they have to return on July 20th. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. If you kind of flip through there, it just kind of breaks out. Okay, so that week 1, this is where we would work with our 2nd and 3rd grade ELA students. Week 2, we would work with our ELA math and ELA math for the other grades as well. So they're kind of double dipping, but it's 72 hours that they're required. So the hours of the summer learning program would be from 7:30 until 3, basically Monday through Friday. And then right here is an example on page 2 of kind of a breakdown of, it worked really well last summer where they did stations. So kids just weren't sitting in a room all day long. They did stations last year. And so they worked on that. So that's kind of an overview right now of kind of what their schedule would look like. On page 3, it tells you how many teachers we're going to need, for each grade level to kind of help serve. These are small groups. This is not like a huge classroom size. This is more individualized instruction. So total, we need about 12 instructors, 1 coordinator or facilitator for scheduling and all of the the logistical pieces to make this work. But around 15 kids in each class. And then the kids that are eligible for this stuff would be those that score non-proficient, on their EOGs. So ultimately, we would love for everyone to pass and be successful on their EOGs at the end of the school year and be proficient. But for anyone that doesn't, that's who would be eligible for this. And so it kind of gives you a breakdown. 2nd grade doesn't take an EOG. So we would use their Lexile scores from some of their in-class and already scores to kind of help us figure out where to put them. And then our 4th through 8th grade students, again, will be looking at those EOG scores from the end of the year. They would be eligible if they weren't proficient in math or ELA. And then the curriculum, this is some of the programs that we used last year that were pretty successful. It really broke up the day. It did help us get results over the summer as a school. We did have several kids actually pass over the summer versus, who didn't pass at the end of the school year. Not everybody, but that's okay. Still gave them an opportunity to kind of fill the gaps before we stopped the school. And so then resources, again, those are just kind of overview of things that we might need depending on when they start sending out invitations for kids. So that's a really quick turnaround. What we'll probably do is what we did last year, where we'll kind of go ahead and start sharing that in our weekly message that this is our summer learning plan. This is our program, kind of save the dates. Again, it's only eligible for certain students. That's kind of some of the rules that the state puts in place, but go ahead and let them save the date. And then as soon as we get those EOG scores back, they would be in contact immediately. The school would be with the families of kids that will be eligible. And that is it. So between, like I said, this week, and then Ms. Ginter is our testing coordinator. She'll be working on this summer too, with all the materials and resources we need from the state in order to retest our kids. So we have retested even throughout this school year. Over here at the high school, we finished out semester 1. Those kids finished those EOCs, and then these lovely ladies here at the high school did a great job of retesting these kids as well. So then we're going to be doing hopefully the same thing, here maybe at the high school after they're finished with their EOCs for this semester. So you're just kind of at the mercy of the state when we get those scores back and what you can do next for that. So just trying to give everybody you just sometimes need that second chance. So that's kind of what it's about. But this is an overview, but it does need the board to sign off that they are okay with this plan, just to offer a summer learning plan. Anybody that offers that has to kind of have their board's approval. So that's our plan.
Did you have good participation last year? Okay, good.
Yeah, we sure did. And they had it very well organized so that So the summertime is really chaotic on campus because we're moving stuff, they're cleaning, they're waxing, it's all the things, but they really did a good job of solidifying all of our clinics in the one part of the building. So over in the building 3, so they were there for the most part, and that building is usually clean last, so it was really okay to kind of get them in and get them out of there before we did any major stuff over the summer too. So distractions and safety and things like that.
Do you feel like you got enough instructors?
Yes, so that was my first question. This is great, but do we have anybody to teach it?
Right.
And yes, there are several that are interested. Once we say, yes, we can do this plan, then Ms. Simmons and I will get in touch with those instructors because their rate is based on their salary. So their daily rates kind of look different, but yes, they were very, very much, interested in doing it again this year.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Okay. Here none, so this does go for a vote, and so who would like to make a motion to approve the RTA and summer learning plan? Ms. Merle, second. Ms. Gold, all in favor? All right, your RTA and summer learning plan has been approved. I guess I need to sign that, right? Next is old business. Just got one on there, safety plan.
So just kind of updates, snow and some other things kind of messed us up for our January and February meetings, but back on track for March. So we have been making some progress. Shout out to Dr. Morris, Ms. Simmons, and Ms. Newton. They have completed their CDI training courses. They have actually already started training our staff. So that is the de-escalation strategies, many other things. I'm sure I'm underselling that, but a great opportunity for our teachers in order to know what to do in an emergency situation when a kid is, potentially, escalated. How do we do that safely? How do we get them back down and keep everybody safe? So they have been working on that. So these ladies have done a great job. So we've had one group go through, and I believe you've got another group on Friday that's coming. So trying to prioritize those that are in areas or departments within the school that may be exposed to behaviors like that, maybe more frequently than others. With the goal of everybody being trained next school year. So we kind of prioritize with the remaining months of school, and then we'll retrain, everybody next year as well. So that's been great to have those. And I will say, I have seen Ms. Newton put her skills to work multiple times already since that training. So it is definitely something that they are utilizing. So it is something that has definitely been well worth it. So we have a safety training meeting coming up at the end of the month. Mr. Kane spoke to this a little bit, but we did have fire drill, tornado drills, those things as the weather's changing, as we all, commented on how warm it is today. So preparing our kids for that. I'm going to go ahead and just share this out. But I did find out today, just safety wise, Alamance County Sheriff's Office kind of shared with us that our school resource officer, Deputy Randolph, who is amazing, got a really awesome job opportunity doing something different. So although, and I don't want to put his business out there, I'll tell you on the side, but as disappointed as I am, because he has done such a phenomenal job with our school and being visible and to our families, to our kids, and build relationships, he is definitely going to have, even in the short time we've had him, big shoes to fill. Okay, but the opportunity, I can't, when I tell you later, I'm super excited for him and his career path and where this is going to take him. So, anywho, but I did tell him how sad we were to lose him. So the sheriff's department is going to be touching base with me to kind of let me know what the game plan is for his replacement. So he'll be with us until next Friday. I think it's going to be his last day. And then they're going to touch base with us on, what the replacement looks like. But definitely big shoes to follow. He's a pretty cool guy. And then last, just talking about the sheriff's department. So just talking about those partnerships with community resources. Alamance County Sheriff's Department, they're going to utilize our campuses again during our spring break week. So they're using it about 3 days this time. They are going to do some more of their active shooter training drills, things like that, with some of their staff that have not been trained yet. So the whole premise, or I guess the idea, is that the more officers that are trained of what to do and what to do in case of an active shooter drill, the better. So not just your SROs, or so it's patrolmen and it's all different, like departments, that they're working on trying to train to do that. So very excited about that, but they will be on campus when we are closed during spring break, and they'll be, doing some practice. And that's all for right now for us.
Okay, thank you. So that's going to move us into our committee updates. We'll start with governance.
Governance has no updates at this time.
Okay. About finance.
No, I mean,
We did have our meeting though,
yeah,
prior to the board meeting. Academics.
Oh, yes, that's me. I have some notes, actually. We had a pretty thorough meeting yesterday, talked about our December testing, mid-year testing. ELA is still meeting growth, basically a little bit rough in some areas, but we did have some really good discussion on what plans are with that moving forward, and I was very encouraged. That's definitely on everyone's radar, and we are working on getting growth there. Math is looking very promising, which was a big encouragement to me. And we do have a couple of grades that we are watching, that we're concerned about, just hoping for some more growth by spring in ELA. And then again, we just discussed plans for growth moving forward, and I was pretty encouraged and confident overall.
Thank you so much for the update. Long range planning, that is me. So, just two highlights. You've already mentioned the batting cage. So that's up during construction right now. So, and then the second one is our multi-purpose high school building. So I'm pleased to report that we're finally making progress. We're probably looking at breaking ground April, 1st of April. We're still in the permitting stage, going through all the submittals and things like that. We're having our OAC meetings. That's our owner, architect, contractor meetings. Those are weekly meetings that we're having because this is a very fast track project. And fingers crossed, we anticipate construction to be completed end of July. So that's, of course, all things are moving in the right direction. Materials are on hand and subcontractors are good and all that good stuff. So that's the latest on the high school building. That's been very good to see some finally good progress there. And last is our 25th anniversary party.
Yeah, so there was a meeting on February 27th. And I think we took all the ideas from the prior meeting and kind of compromised them, collaborated and put them together for a great celebration for the school. Our celebration will actually start Friday, the 17th of April and run through the whole next week and into that Saturday. A lot of exciting things coming, and we will disclose those as we get closer and the logistics are put in place and everything's ready to go. But we do have a great foundational plan and are hitting the ground running now.
Very nice. Look forward to being part of the big old anniversary party. 25 years. That's a special moment for sure for Clover Garden. So that's it for committee updates. We'll move into new business. Looks like we've been pretty busy with some inspections.
In your folder, the first one is our cafeteria inspections for KH.
Any
Question.
any major issues?
Sure.
Okay.
None at all. Oh, I said none at all. I saw the big zero.
Yep. Got any questions on the inspections? Cafeteria or fire inspections? They're all in your board folder.
Ours for K8 and hospital.
Yep. All right, sounds good. Thank you. So that'll move us into closed session. General statutes 143, 18.11, 85. Who'd like to make a motion to go into closed session? Ms. Merle. Second, Ms. Roney. All in favor? We are moving in closed session at